Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, ladies and gentlemen. As the first figure of government tips, I would like to deliver the motion of this House would ban the zoo. First, I would like to clarify that the prohibition of zoo would take step by step to switch this idea of new acts. And then, I'd like to define what the zoo is. The definition of zoo, according to my point of view, is the form of preservation of animals outside their habitats. Zoos are made for people to entertain humans and feed our curiosity of other species. Zoo seems to appear as the utopia place where the idea of humans and animals living together peacefully. However, in reality, this kind of imagination doesn't apply for zoo right now. That's what's happening. For years, the popularity of zoo drifted to the build of many zoos. This means that there are uncountable amount of animals that are captured from their home, their wild, their natural habitats. There are the records that say that 6 million animals are left in the captivity for human entertainments. The problem is the regulation of zoo is unstrict, which means that mostly these exotic animals who already far from their home, often forced to live inside a crowded, unhealthy, unsterilized small iron prison. Some animals even chained with iron that often hurt themselves and limit their desire to move. With this environment that is almost impossible to even move, drive animals to experience stress, anxiety, and leads to eating disorder, self-harming, self-mutilations, and even death. In some cases, with this inappropriate case, some animals are able to easily escape from their enclosures, endangering themselves and people's others. There is a case where this poor constructed case make the reckless zoo visitors able to climb inside, endangering the animals and themselves. The animals are often executed, brought to death, in order to save these visitors. Harambe is the example. Harambe is a well-known male gorilla that lives in one of American zoos. One day, a child fell from the pools that borders the Harambe's cage to the visitors. Suspected from the low fence, Harambe, with curiosity, came to the child and played with him. Played as a normal gorilla with gigantic mass of muscle play. Because of that, Harambe then executed, bring to death without knowing what happened to save the child. Some house might argue that many zoos right now have put the regulations to the strong and most similar living cage to avoid the situations that make animals stress. However, there are another problem that also happens in zoo: deep breeding. Unlike the wildlife, the interactions of each animal are as diverse as in the wild. This case could lead to the practice of inbreeding, or, if you prefer, incest. According to the data, the inbreeding is where two individuals with the same genes have offspring. These same genes become the homogeneous. The homozygous genes increase. If the homogeneous increase, that is what brings the both in beneficial and undesirable genetics. This makes many inbreed offspring born weaker than others, and also rise the mortality rate of pregnancy. We often forget that although the animals can speak they are still a living things who still eats, drinks, and experience sickness like us. We as humans as often have a trait that as long as we are happy, we never really cares about the animals that feels, even though we call animals as our friends. Even many research we have conducted, we feels like we never cares about the animals. Therefore, we firmly agree on the motion of this House would ban the zoo. Of course, the prohibition of zoo cannot do immediately, like the immediate action in these moments right now. Then we would ban zoo step by step, but will offer the alternative of the natural preserve. Natural preserve is the act of conservation where the faunas are conserved inside their natural habitats. This sanctuary isn't harmful for animal mental health because they are able to move freely as their own will, and also very good for the animal's offspring because it can avoid the inbreeding or incest breed. Therefore, we as the government team stands above our feet to support the motions of this House would ban the zoo. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum.